Imagine this. In the middle of a roaring stadium in Tampa, thousands of army are screaming at the top of their lungs, but suddenly, one tiny moment, almost invisible, makes the entire world pause. What really happened between Jungkook and Jimin on Tampa Day 2? Why did a single glance, a silent reaction, spark massive speculation across the internet? Welcome back to Jikook Lover Purple Heart. Before we go any further, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, because what you're about to see might completely change how you see this moment forever. Was it just a coincidence, or something much deeper? On a night that was supposed to be remembered as one of the most electrifying performances of BTS's tour, something far smaller and far more mysterious ended up stealing the spotlight. Tampa Day 2 wasn't just about music, dazzling lights, or the deafening roar of thousands of fans. That night transformed into something else entirely, a global mystery that still hasn't been fully explained. It all started with a moment that, at first glance, seemed completely ordinary. Jimin stood there, relaxed, speaking into the microphone with his signature warmth and effortless charm. Nothing unusual, nothing out of place, just another beautiful interaction with fans. But then, the camera caught something different. On the other side, Jungkook, usually energetic, expressive, and constantly moving, suddenly appeared still. Quiet, focused in a way that didn't quite match the atmosphere around him. His attention wasn't on the crowd. It wasn't on the stage as a whole. It was on one person, on Jimin. And in that exact second, everything changed. Fans began noticing the smallest details that might have otherwise gone unseen. The way Jungkook held his mic without speaking. The way his gaze followed Jimin's every movement. The way he seemed to be processing something that couldn't easily be explained with words. Was it just coincidence? Or was there something more, something we weren't meant to fully understand? Within hours, short clips of that moment spread like wildfire across social media. Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, every platform was flooded with the same question. What really happened in Tampa Day 2? Some fans called it one of the most real Jikook moments ever. Others dismissed it as pure overanalysis. But one thing was undeniable, no one could ignore it. What made the moment even more intriguing was the contrast between them. Jimin appeared light, calm, almost unaware that anything unusual was happening. Meanwhile, Jungkook seemed different, as if he was caught in a thought he couldn't shake, as if there was something he wanted to say, but chose not to. And that's exactly where the mystery deepens. Because in a world filled with cameras, flashing lights, and millions of eyes watching their every move, how could such a small moment feel so intensely personal? Fans began analyzing body language, slowing down videos, zooming into expressions, comparing this moment to countless others from the past. They searched for patterns, for clues, for meaning. And the more they searched, the more questions they found. Was it simply exhaustion from a long tour? Was it just a normal interaction, amplified by emotional fans? Or was this one of those rare moments where something genuine slipped through, a crack in the perfectly controlled world of global superstardom? What makes this even more complicated is the long history of interactions between Jimin and Jungkook that fans have followed for years. Small gestures, shared glances, unspoken connections, moments that always seem to carry more weight than words ever could. And Tampa Day 2 may have just added another powerful chapter to that ongoing story. Because this wasn't about what was said, it was about what wasn't said. In the middle of blinding lights, thunderous music, and a sea of voices, there was a moment of silence. A pause. A single look that somehow felt louder than the entire stadium. And the world noticed, or at least believed it did. As time passed, the debate only grew louder. Some were convinced the moment held deep meaning. Others remained skeptical, reminding everyone that not everything needs to be interpreted beyond what it is. But maybe that's exactly what makes it so captivating. Because in uncertainty, imagination takes over. And when imagination meets emotion, speculation becomes unstoppable. Tampa Day 2 is no longer just a concert. It has become a symbol, a moment that divides opinions, fuels endless discussions, and keeps millions of people replaying the same clip over and over again, searching for something that may not even be there. And as that question continues to echo across timelines and comment sections, something even more fascinating begins to unfold. The moment is no longer just a clip, it becomes a phenomenon. A digital ripple effect that refuses to settle, no matter how much time passes. People who weren't even at the concert start to feel like they were there. They replay the footage again and again, not just watching, but studying. Every blink, every breath, Every subtle shift in posture is examined as if it holds a hidden message waiting to be decoded. And somehow, with every replay, the moment feels different. More intense, more layered, more real. What's striking is how divided the reactions are. On one side, there are those who feel certain, completely convinced that what they saw was meaningful, emotional, undeniable. They talk about energy, about unspoken understanding, about the kind of connection that doesn't need words. For them, Tampa Day 2 isn't just another stop on a tour. It's proof of something deeper, something that transcends performance. On the other side, there are those who urge caution. They question the narrative, reminding others that artists are constantly under pressure, constantly observed, constantly human. They point out how easy it is to project meaning onto silence, to turn a glance into a story, to transform a second into something much bigger than it actually is. And yet, even they keep watching. Because whether you believe in the meaning or not, there's something undeniably compelling about that moment. Something that pulls you in and refuses to let go. The environment itself adds another layer to the mystery. A massive stadium, filled with noise and light, where everything is designed to be seen, to be heard, to be larger than life. And yet, the most talked about part of the night is something quiet, something almost hidden, something that feels like it wasn't meant for the stage at all. That contrast between chaos and stillness, between performance and authenticity, is what makes the moment so powerful. It feels like a crack in the surface, a brief glimpse behind the curtain where everything is usually controlled. And maybe that's why people can't stop talking about it. Because in a world where everything is curated, filtered, and carefully presented, the idea of something unfiltered slipping through is almost irresistible. As discussions grow, new interpretations begin to emerge. Some fans focus on timing, what happened right before the moment, what followed immediately after. They build timelines, connect dots, search for continuity. Others focus purely on emotion, describing what they felt rather than what they saw. They talk about the atmosphere shifting, about a sudden change in energy that can't quite be explained logically. There are even those who step back and look at the bigger picture, asking whether moments like this say more about the artists or about the audience watching them. Because perhaps, in trying so hard to understand what happened on that stage, people are also revealing something about themselves. Their hopes, their interpretations, the way they connect to what they see. And that's where the line begins to blur. Is this moment significant because of what actually happened? Or because of what people believe happened? The more you think about it, the harder it becomes to separate the two. Meanwhile, the clip continues to circulate, reaching corners of the internet that have nothing to do with the original context. New viewers discover it without knowing the full story, forming opinions based solely on a few seconds of footage. And even then, the reaction is often the same. Curiosity, confusion, and an undeniable urge to watch it again. There's also something worth noting about silence itself. In performances, silence is rare. Everything is designed to fill space, music, movement, interaction. So when silence appears, even for a brief second, it stands out. It demands attention. It creates tension. And in that moment in Tampa, silence wasn't just present, it was loud. It spoke in a way words couldn't. It left room for interpretation, for imagination, for meaning to be created rather than delivered. And maybe that's exactly why it resonated so deeply. Because people weren't just given a moment. They were given space to feel something, to question, to wonder, to believe or not believe, whatever they wanted. As days turn into weeks, the conversation doesn't disappear. It evolves. It becomes less about proving what happened and more about exploring what it could mean. The certainty fades, replaced by something more open-ended, more abstract. But the fascination remains. Because at its core, this isn't just about two performers on a stage. It's about perception, about connection, about the human tendency to search for meaning, even in the smallest details. And maybe that's the real reason Tampa Day 2 continues to live on in people's minds. Not because it gave clear answers, but because it didn't. Because it left something unfinished, something unresolved, something that continues to linger long after the lights went out and the stadium emptied. Even now, if you go back and watch that clip, knowing everything that's been said about it, you might still find yourself asking the same questions. You might notice something new, or feel something different. Or maybe you'll just sit there, watching in silence, trying to understand why such a small moment feels so big. And perhaps that's the final twist in all of this. Because what if the moment itself isn't the mystery? What if the real mystery is why millions of people from different parts of the world, with different perspectives and beliefs, all felt something at the exact same time? What if that shared reaction, unplanned, uncoordinated, completely spontaneous, is the most significant part of all? And if that's true, then what does it say about what really happened on that stage? Was it just a fleeting, ordinary second that the internet turned into something extraordinary? Or was it a rare, unfiltered glimpse of something real, something so subtle, so fragile, that it could only be seen by those who were paying close enough attention?